Welcome back. It is Wednesday, April 19th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way. Let's recap yesterday. I hate doing this every single day. Another 0-2 day. We had Trae Young's over, played a weird amount of minutes, ended with 30 points plus assists, got packed on a three-point attempt that would have given him a chance to go over, and Norm Powell went under. And we had his over 14.5 points, just didn't knock down his shots. So, I know it sucked. I'm not going to make excuses. I hate doing this whole spiel. I hate waking up and doing these videos, waking up at 5 a.m. every day just to come on and toss out L's. I know we've been cold. And I know there's a lot of supporters, and I appreciate your support. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, we're up 57 units this season. You don't get up 57 units based on luck. But recently, we've had no luck. The picks also haven't been there. And combining that together, you got a record of like 2-15 over my last 17 picks. It's been my coldest stretch ever. And look, I got 3 more days. I got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in me. I'll do videos for those. And if it just doesn't turn around, then I don't know if I'll do any more NBA picks this postseason. Now, I already had a planned absence starting on Saturday for a week and a couple days. It is my wedding on Saturday. For a lot of people that don't know, I am getting married on this upcoming Saturday, which is why we're going to change the scenery. You see the videos not as highly, not that we edit them highly, but not as highly edited for the next couple days, especially and for the MLB if you watch that video before this one. But after that, I got my honeymoon plans. I already had a planned absence from Saturday, the 22nd, until I would return on the 1st. I didn't plan for it to go into it being ice cold, but man, I need that break sooner than later. But I still think these plays are going to hit. I got 3 plays that I'm super confident in. You can tail them. You can fade them. It doesn't matter up to me. I'm really confident in these 3 plays. And if they go 0-3, we're giving away $500. You got to subscribe to the channel. I'll probably do 500 to one random subscriber, 500 to one random, or 250 to one random subscriber, 250 to one random all-star, because the picks haven't been hitting that well. I don't have that much money to be giving away. But of course, hit that subscribe button, drop a like too. Let's dive into our favorite plays and let's get back in on the winning column in the worst way. No rally cap. We don't need those shenanigans. We need winners. That's what you guys came here for. The first one we're going to talk about is Karl Anthony Towns, over 20.5 points, minus 113 on Caesar Sportsbook. I really don't anticipate this going up to 21.5, but if it does, you can take it there or you can take it to under, whatever you want to do. I really like Cat today, and I'll talk about why. Now, I'll keep the scrolling tally at the bottom, and we'll do that for the rest of the plays and add on top of this. But let's talk about Cat, though, and why we like his over. Now, if you were to take his over in game 1, he stunk it up. Like Cat and the Timberwolves stunk it up. He had 11 points, 5 of 15 shooting, actually went 1 for 7 from 3. He rushed a lot of those shots, went 0 for 2 from the free throw line, which is weird for a guy that shoots about 87% this season from the free throw line, and he had 4 turnovers. He just did not have it. But I think he bounces back here today because they can't play worse than they did in game 1. And we've seen Cat bounce back, and he's been pretty good in the postseason. And I like his matchup. I mean, this Timberwolves team needs people to score the basketball. And guys out there like Rudy Gobert, you got Mike Conley, Kyle Anderson, Taurean Prince, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Those are guys that are all inconsistent. You don't know if you're getting 20 points from them or 3 points on any given night. Anthony Edwards still appears to be injured. He's talked about being injured in post-game press conferences saying he's not 100%. So a guy like Cat, who's probably not 100% either, he obviously returned at the end of the year. He's going to have to step up. And you got to look at that game, 15 field goal attempts. We love to see that. He also didn't play the final 6 minutes, 37 seconds of the game. If this game is closer, probably plays a couple more of those minutes. So we should see him hover into that 35 minutes territory, maybe even more if he can avoid foul trouble, which is always a concern with Cat. But I still think at the end of the day, when we saw Cat return or we saw in the 2 previous play-in games, he had 24 and 28 points, easily going over this line, and he had 12 and 16 field goal attempts there. So it's not like he's needed 25 field goal attempts to get to the 21 points we need today. He's certainly capable. He's a capable enough scorer. We saw when he returned from injury, hit this over in 6 of his last 8 games to close the regular season. We saw in game 1, we saw Cat, despite even including game 1, Cat is still over this line in 10 of his last 13 versus Jokic. He has a great size advantage in the starting lineup when he's either probably being guarded by Aaron Gordon, but then when he plays the second unit without Gobert, because they don't have Naz Reid, he's going up against DeAndre Jordan, doesn't really play much, but he's going up against a lot of smaller guys, so he has that size. They won't really double him in the post. They're letting Bruce Brown go ISO on him post, but him going ISO on Bruce Brown, and he wasn't able to convert some of those shots. I think he does convert. We saw last year he played pretty well against Memphis. He scored 29, 15, 8, 33, 28, and 18 points. So sure, he only went over in 3 of 6 games against the Memphis Grizzlies last year in the playoffs. 2 of those 3 unders. He only had 4 and 7 field goal attempts due to foul trouble. I don't think he's relied on as a shot blocker here. That's Rudy Gobert's job, so it kind of helps him stay out of foul trouble. Aaron Gordon, not a high usage guy. So I think Cat can easily go out there and drop 25 with ease. This 20.5 number, I think is a little too low. Cat, we're riding with you, man. We really need you to step up. We need you in a big way. We absolutely do. Now, for my next play, we're going to go to an under, and it's going to be a guy by the name of DAngelo Russell. I like his under 16.5 points, minus 115 on BetMGM. Now, D'Lo, opposite of Cat, he had actually a great opening game, but didn't really go over this line too high. He had 19 points in game 1, shot 17 times, went 7 for 17. D'Lo actually was tied for the most field goal attempts on the team. I believe he had 17. Anthony Davis had 17. I think LeBron James had 16. I think Austin Reeves was right around that 13. And then Rui Hachimura had about 14. So it was very diversified attack from the Lakers in that game. However, I just don't see that diversified attack being something that goes on every single day. We know LeBron and AD can go out there and get 25 shots if they want to. Now, the Lakers have been more successful because it's been a diversified attack. But we also saw in that game, Dennis Schroeder was a guy that went out there and he wasn't great. He was like 2 for 5 for the field, only played 20 minutes. If Schroeder's playing well off the bench, he's going to take a lot of those minutes from D'Lo, who played about 36 minutes in game 1. But we saw last year the Memphis Grizzlies and the Minnesota Timberwolves, who was D'Lo's team, matched up, and we saw D'Lo kind of struggle in that matchup. He obviously was cooking the Grizzlies in the regular season, but he struggled in that individual matchup in the playoffs, scored 10, 11, 22, 10, 12, and 7 points. We know he's capable of going out there and laying an egg. If you just look at their first play-in game when they won against, I believe they played the Timberwolves in that first playing game. I think D'Lo had 2 points in that game. Now, you could flash back to game 1. D'Lo, 12 points in the first half. He had a ton of open looks. He was missing some wide open looks, so he probably knocks those down a little bit more consistently today. But I don't think they give him as many open looks. I mean, they had to have adjusted in the second, in the middle of at halftime. I couldn't think of the word. At halftime, they adjusted and he only scored 7 points in the second half. So they obviously locked in a little bit there. I think this line is still pretty sharp. I don't necessarily think D'Lo scores 2 points today like he did in the play-in game, but I don't think he scores 17 today. I think this is more of a Lakers. I actually think the Lakers probably lose today if Ja Morant, I don't think it matters if Ja Morant plays, but I think the Lakers lose today. I think the Grizzlies even it up, and that they start evening it up by on the defensive side. The Grizzlies are not a team that wants to go out there and just have to outscore you. This team wins on the defensive side. I think that it relies on stopping guys like DAngelo Russell, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. I think they're fine. Austin Reeves obviously played well to end that game, but I don't see them letting Rui Hachimura beat him again. I think 16.5 a little too high for Mr. D'Lo. Give me his under. I think he finishes with around 13 to 15 points. I'll take DAngelo Russell under 16.5 points as my second play of the day. For my third favorite play of the day, we're going to go to the other game, the Miami Heat versus Bucks. I have no idea if Giannis is playing, but who I do know is not playing is Tyler Hero, and I think that affects this play in a great way. Let's talk about Gabe Vincent over 2.5 assists, minus 130 on DraftKings. So if you see the 3 plays at the bottom, we'll talk about them in a second, but look, Gabe Vincent, we need 3 assists. We're not asking you to go out there and get 6 assists, be Magic Johnson. We need 3, and he could easily do that pretty quickly. Now, let's talk about why I like Gabe Vincent, because a lot of people might not even know who Gabe Vincent is, but Gabe Vincent's a very solid starting point guard / shooting guard for the Miami Heat, and without Tyler Hero, he's going to play a lot of minutes. But let's talk about game 1. You took this, well, congrats. You got a winner because Gabe Vincent had 6 assists, and what's more important, he had 8 assist chances, and what's even more important, in the second half of that game, when Tyler Hero got injured in the first half, we saw Vincent play 20 of the 24 minutes. He had 9 points and 4 assists, cashing this back in just one half. But obviously had 2 assists in the first half too, and 13 minutes played. So we obviously saw Jimmy Butler go out there, drop 35 points. He had 11 assists. Bam Adebayo did his thing, had like 22 points, and I think 7 assists himself. But at the end of the day, Kyle Lowry's still a little bit banged up. So Gabe Vincent's going to go out there. He's a very capable defender. He can guard really any of the guards that the Bucks are going to try out there, and that's why he's out there. And he shot 4 for 5 from the 3-point line. So he was efficient from the 3. So maybe the Bucks close out on his threes a little bit harder. Maybe he makes the extra pass to someone else that's wide open, but still he's going to play out there because he's a good shooter. He gets the Jimmy Butler, gets Bam Adebayo some space on the floor, and the Bucks are a team that do give up some 3-pointers. So Gabe Vincent's capable of scoring some points today, but I'd rather just trust him to get 3 assists. Now, look, I want to talk about Vincent this season. He averaged 2.5 assists per game, playing 25.9 minutes per game. So just looking at that right at this line, 2.5. But he only played 25.9 minutes. As I talked about, with Tyler Hero out, he played 20 minutes of the 24 minutes in the second half. And while I'm not saying he's going to play 40 minutes a day, I think it's reasonable to say he plays 30-ish minutes. He played 33 in game 1. Now this team's obviously a little bit more depleted. I don't see Victor Oladipo. Maybe Oladipo plays some more minutes today, but I just don't see him being a big factor off the bench. Gabe Vincent's a guy that can go out there and get us 6 assists. He already did it once in game 1, but he also 3 assists is not asking a guy to go out there and set a record. 3 assists is certainly capable of something he's doing. This is going to get a lot more juice. So I like Gabe Vincent over 2.5 assists at minus 130 on DraftKings. I think it's a very, very good play. Could cash by halftime, could cash in the first quarter, could cash in the last closing minutes of the game. I think he gets this done. Over 2.5 assists. Probably has a little bit more blowout proof than guys like Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo. So I think he plays his minutes, gets the chances at the assists, and we're just asking a couple of his teammates to knock down some shots. It's capable. I'll take it. So those are my 3 favorite plays of the day. Karl Anthony Towns over 20.5 points. DAngelo Russell under 16.5 points. And Gabe Vincent over 2.5 assists. As I said at the top of the show, if I somehow manage to go 0-3, which at this rate, probably more likely than 3-0, but I'm confident and we'll get a 3-0 day one of these days. If I go 0-3, we're giving $250 to one random YouTube member, our COS All-Stars, $250 to one random subscriber. Look, the picks have to bounce back. The reads, I really like the reads today. I think we can get a good solid 2-in-1 day, hopefully 3-0. But I know it's been cold recently. I really just got to push through it. It's been the coldest streak of my NBA betting career, and I've been betting it for 3, 4, 5 years. I think we're due a little bit of good luck to go our way. Everyone say the good vibes for the supporters. There's going to be faders going out here left and right. I see the comments. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. It's your guys' money, so I'd rather you guys play whatever you're confident in, not just tailing me blindly or fading me blindly. Just play things that you actually are confident in. Let's go 3-0. Let's have a great day. And hopefully I'm not giving away some money. Hopefully I gave away some free winners here at the quick 3-0 sweep with those 3 plays at the bottom. Let's have a great day. You guys have a great Wednesday. I'll see you guys back in tomorrow morning. If you want to check out our MLB video, go check it out. We're up 9 units, only a couple weeks into the season. So go check it out. Links on the screen. Let's have a great day. I'll see you guys back in tomorrow for some more picks. And boy, oh boy, do we need a 3-0 day in the worst way. See you guys then. Peace out.